Good morning. Welcome to today's video. I want to share with you a little bit about, is it worth it? Is money worth it all? Taking a moment from doing all of my chores and want to sit down and just relax a minute. What I like to do is, as I work, I take breaks. And I find that I'm getting a lot more done that way than rushing around and being overwhelmed. So we had our lunch and I had worked with some grease, so I didn't want to put the grease down the drain, so I have a water filtration system put up that is really nice. So if I'm working with candle wax and I'm working with grease and I'm working with salves and lotions that have a lot of oil in them, I can go ahead and put the water in there and that will filter everything and that will make it nice and clean. Simple wisdom for a complicated world. Today we're going to talk a little bit about, now I do have an introduction to this which you will be seeing, but this is the book. It's called Amish Peace. And I like to work through books because I'm a reader and so I love to read. But the chapter that we're working on is on simplicity and the worth of money. You know, for years I really stressed about money, whether we had enough, when we did have it, you know, how long we will have it. My whole life revolved around money, not having enough. And then when I had some, you know, had extra and all the things we needed to do on our homestead. We are working on our homestead and that video is going to be coming out. My husband is painting the deck, but I'm waiting till it's all finished so I can do a full video on it. So I'm not going to show you a sneak peek at all, but we are painting the deck with an 1800s paint called Frontier Road. And it's beautiful if you like the color of brown. So we're painting it into the 1800 look. But so he's busy doing that. So I was watching him and talking to him and doing some housework around the house. And now I'm just taking a break. I need to take breaks, you know. I'm not Superwoman. And it's really been an eye-opener for me just to realize that I'm in my mid-50s and now I can take breaks between working. But I want to talk to you about money and the worth of money. And we're looking at the book with Amish Peace and how the Amish associate money. Now the Amish years ago tended to only pay cash with things. I think Amish have credit cards more now than what they used to, but the Amish still love cash. But the Amish don't really stress about money like the English people would, like we would. I think that they are more satisfied with the little things in life and simplicity. And, you know, the women don't go shopping all the time. When they do, it's a busload of them and they go together and they go and get what they need. There's not a lot of frivolous spending to define a successful life. I talked about that a lot on my channel. You know, what do you say is success? And for me, success I thought was to have extra large amount of money. I thought success was just working yourself until you're in a frazzled state. I thought success was how many people like you, how popular your videos were, how popular your channel is. I thought success was how many videos can I make, how many people can I get to subscribe to my channel. That's what I thought successful was, until I had a rude awakening and I realized what true success is. True success has nothing to do with a price tag. It has absolutely nothing to do with money. True success is the contentment in your heart. What does the definition of success cost you? Well, let me tell you what the definition of success cost me. It cost me dearly. It cost me my peace of mind. It cost me my physical body. It cost me thousands of dollars because I had to go and get a full physical checkup with my heart and everything, and to find out it was stress related. It cost me my pride. I had to be humble. I had to realize in life that there will always be somebody thinner than me, prettier than me, younger than me, more as far as the public, a lot more people popular than me, and I'm just an everyday girl. And what makes me special is I know I'm special because God sees me as being special. We're all special. God made us all in the image of him. So we are the children of the Lord. And I know that some people that turns them off when I talk like that, but that's my faith. And so for me, success cost me a lot. The idea of success, it cost me a lot. It cost me a lot physically, mentally, and emotionally. But now I will tell you, I am more successful than I have ever been. No, not in the money. No, not in the popularity, that is for sure. But I'm more successful because I have a peace that passes all understanding. And my mind, my soul, my body is at peace and at rest. And that is something money can't buy. And I realized that. And I've come a long way to realize that. I had a prayer for many years. I asked the Lord, I cried out to the Lord, and I prayed to the Lord to answer a prayer of mine. And he just wouldn't answer it. And I questioned him and I asked him, why? Why, Lord? Why do I have to go through this? Why are you not answering me? It simply was because I wasn't ready. The minute I gave up all of my flesh, the minute I gave up all of the ideas and the pride that I had, guess what? He did the unthinkable. He answered my prayer. He literally answered a prayer of mine that at one point I would have done anything in this world to have it answered. It wasn't my time. I had to learn a lot of lessons first. And I did. I learned a lot of lessons through it. How often do you worry about money? I don't worry about money at all anymore. I should. In the world's eyes, I should be really worrying about money. But I don't. Because I know the Lord will take care of me. He took care of some things in my life that I thought would be impossible. But with him, all things are possible. I think that when we give our whole fears to God, I think that we learn a lot through it. And I just totally gave it all to him. He's never left me down. Has he always answered every prayer of mine? Nope. Nope, he has not. But he's always been there. Not early, not late, but always just right on time. When we ask the Lord to show us what simple living really means, the Lord will give us so much peace. And I can't express to you what that means. You see, when you have an answer to life's problems, you're not popular. You're popular when you're seeking answers. You're popular when you have the troubles. But when you have the answers, you're not popular, because the answers require a lot of work, and the answers require us to lay down our flesh. And when I stopped worrying about money and stopped worrying about if I had enough or if I'm gonna have enough, what's gonna happen if I don't have enough, all of a sudden my eyes were open to what I do have. I wasn't focusing on the what ifs anymore. I was focusing on what I have today. I have a house. I have a roof over my head. I have running water. I have plumbing. I have my husband. I have my children. I have my grandchildren. I have all of you. I have people care about me. You care about me. And all of a sudden the blinders were lifted and I feel so much better. I continue to lose weight. I'm not trying to lose weight, but I don't have that worrying anymore, the stress on my body that was weighing me down. That food now is something I enjoy, but it's not a Band-Aid. It's not covering up all of the hurt and the pain that I have. I have no hurts and pains as far as my spiritual. I've forgiven my blood father. I've forgiven everyone that I knew in my life. I've forgiven everyone. I've forgiven those that were extremely evil towards me. I forgave all of them. And forgiveness is something that's very hard. And I don't ruminate anymore. Ruminate for me was something that I would regurgitate over and over and over again, things, scenarios. And it took me months. It's since January 1st. And every once in a while when I go to bed and I lay down, all of a sudden I'll start thinking of what happens if my daughter goes into surgery? Because my daughter's going into surgery on Friday. And I would say, what happens if my daughter's going into surgery and something will happen to her? And right away I say, no, Tessie, that's ruminating. That doesn't do any good. That doesn't serve any purpose. And I block it and I turn it away. And then I can sleep. No, it's not easy. You know, I thought when I would conquer this situation that it would be one and done deal. Oh no, it comes up. Or I think about things in my past. But that quick, I recognize it now, and I don't stew over it all the time. I'm not stewing over the money and mistakes and things in my past. I don't stew over any of that. And you know, I just am so happy. I know I say it all the time, and I know that is not something that's very popular, to say that you're happy. But I am. It's not easy. It takes a lot of self-discipline. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of changes that you have to make to not worry about money. Plain living. My videos reflect something very different. And in the past, I've done that different times. I've had periods of time where my videos reflected something different. But you see, they weren't popular. And they weren't popular, then automatically I would say to myself, well, if nobody watches these videos, what am I going to do? How am I going to pay my bills? What am I going to do? I don't worry about that anymore because I know that God's calling me to have peaceful living. It is intentional living. Just, it's hard. It's hard not to worry about finances. But we only have one life to live. And simplicity, going back in time, having simple, not stressing about everything in this world, not stressing about the cost of things, and just learning to work around that. If food is very expensive, learn to find food that's cheaper and learn to work around that. And be thankful that we live in a country where we do have ample amounts of food. Either your glass is half empty or it's half full. Some days it's easy to be half full, isn't it? Some days it's very hard to be half full. Some days it's like, no matter what you think, it's half empty. It may be a Pollyanna approach to life, you know, maybe this kind of approach to life that everything is great. But you see, when you change your thoughts and you change your mind and you change your direction of your thinking, things do look brighter. See, we don't have a choice. We got two choices. We can focus on the negative parts of our life, or we can focus on the positive parts. Even if it's just one little positive part, that's the only choice you got. If you think on the negative, it isn't going to help you. You'll still feel worse and worse and worse and worse. If you think on the positive, it may help you a little bit, or it may help you a lot, but it will help you. And I'm choosing that road over there. No, not that road that's really wide trodden, you know, the road that everybody's going down. I want this road over here. It's a little bit scary, that road. Not easy, is it? It's a little scary, but that road is the road I want to go on because I'm not putting my faith in myself. I'm nothing, I'm nobody. But when I give all of my burdens to the Lord, He helps me and He walks along with me. And all of a sudden, I feel a little bit lighter. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys again tonight. So I do have some morning videos out and evening videos out. I do that because I like to talk. And my morning videos are often I talk about life. Sometimes my morning videos are more popular than the evening ones, which takes a lot more work. You just never know. But the stress of money is something I think the majority of people feel. And it can be a very scary place, but we just take one day at a time and don't look so much ahead so much. And just say, you know what, today we're okay.
and let tomorrow worry about itself.